sleeping, which has been so nice. She sleeps in the morning, so I don't have to wake up ridiculously early to wake up before her. It's been really nice. I already did my hair for my workout. We're going to make iced coffee, chill, wait for her to wake up, make her breakfast, and then work out. So this is what I eat in a day. It's going to be very much about blood sugar, trying not to spike it, insulin. Ever since finding out I had PCOS and just managing my symptoms, I've been able to lose belly fat, have a regular period. There's so many things. So instead of going in with like a sugary creamer, like I love the Chobani creamers. That's what my husband has, and like I just love them. I just go in with regular milk. If I had it, I would be using raw milk. So we have to go all the way to the farm to get raw milk, and it's so creamy and there's so many health benefits to raw milk. We didn't make it to the farm this week to get raw milk or eggs or all the stuff that I like getting there, raw honey. So as I'm sipping my coffee, I also mix up my Visitol really quick. I want to put this in my what I eat in a day so you could just see how I use it. And this is myo-inositol, and this is for PCOS, and this supports healthy insulin. I just wish I knew about this powder last summer when I was like not getting a period, then I was getting a period. This is one of those products that I can thank TikTok about. Okay, so Jared's in the garage setting up for our workout. I love the days we can work out together because he knows so much more about weightlifting than I do. But yeah, weightlifting has been huge for my PCOS journey and what I eat in a day, because I aim to get more protein and electrolytes throughout the day. And I have to show you the best thing ever. Look at all my electrolyte flavors. And we even had that filled too, like the entire drawer, but we go through so many of these. So these are electrolytes by the brand Element. And I'm actually working with them in this video today, which is so exciting for me. I always grab one of these before my workout. So for my workout, we're going to be doing grapefruit. And then later in the day, I have watermelon salt or chocolate salt or caramel salt. And it helps so much with my sweet tooth craving, but we're gonna start with grapefruit. Element is such an exciting brand to work with, only because I have been buying these electrolytes since last summer when I started at Soul Yoga in Fort Lauderdale. All of their classes are heated. They're like almost 100 degrees, so like 96 degrees. You're doing like a hot sculpt class. I've never done yoga there, but you're like lifting weights and you're doing jumping jacks in the heat. So they recommend Element electrolytes. So they have these at the front desk. They're like, take a packet, add it in your water. And I got addicted to them. Me and my mom both did. We were like, oh, we have to look up this brand. So that's how I first found them. And when I tasted it, it was like sweet and salty. Watermelon salt is my jam. You're gonna see me have that later, but I always start with a more citrus flavor first thing in the morning. And you guys have heard me talk about habit stacking. And once I put the electrolytes in my water and I taste that sweet, salty taste, it reminds me of my next habit, which is working out. So these two habits I do stack together. I have been buying them myself and recommending them on my channel for like almost a year now. We'll talk more about Element later, and we're gonna go work out. I show this coconut shake all the time, but I can't get enough. Ever since Erewhon started showing how they make their smoothies, I started making it kind of similar, and then I add coconut cream, and then this is how Erewhon does it. They put the cream all over the glass, and then I just add my protein shake with water, and I pour it over the coconut cream, and it's so creamy and delicious. I have this every single morning, and I have this with my probiotic as well. Birds are chirping. I literally came to my gym to film because I was like, wow, it's the only place that's quiet right now. Like Violet, Jared, everyone's being rowdy right now inside. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. Like, this is my new favorite place ever since we renovated our garage. And like the gym floors, like I just love love it in here. It makes me just like want to be healthy. I want to talk to you guys about Element right now for those of you who haven't checked it out or want to know what flavors to try. So basically when you sweat, the primary electrolyte that you lose is sodium. So that's why in my heated class, my sculpted heated class, they recommend this because they know you're gonna sweat a lot, obviously. Also, I live in Florida, so electrolytes are just my jam. Like, I love electrolytes. I've been drinking them for years. So far, this one is definitely the best. It has that like salty and sweet taste without there being filler or artificial dyes, no BS. And for me personally, they just help with my sweet tooth craving because I'm always craving sweet and salty. So many of you guys have asked, like, if you can only have one favorite flavor, what would it be? And for me, it's watermelon salt, which we're going to have when I have lunch. I usually have this one later in the day. And then in the evening, I like the chocolate salt. And this one does say, I didn't know this until like a month ago, but this one does say you can enjoy hot. I tried it the other night and I posted a story and I was like, electrolyte hot chocolate. And you guys were like, how did you make that? And I just heated up water, added this in, blended it, and it almost is like a healthy hot chocolate. So Element is going to offer my viewers a free sample pack. And in the sample pack is 8 different flavors. That way you can see what is your favorite salty drink. So just go to drinkelement.com/SamOscarell. And with any mixed drink purchase, you guys will get the free sample pack with 8 different flavors. And yeah, I can't wait to hear which one is your favorite. So I just got out of the shower. I'm not washing my hair today. I'm just letting it do like a natural beachy wave situation because I washed my hair yesterday. Let's talk all about blood sugar and PCOS. So I remember when I was in high school, that's when I first started having like irregular periods. I got like my first annual done, like the pap smear that we all get every year. And they told me that I had cysts, but it wasn't like a huge deal. And my period just wasn't really regular. And I just kind of, I don't know, dealt with it in high school. It wasn't a huge deal to me. Then fast forward to when I started my YouTube channel and I moved to California. Like, if you guys were following me during that time, my period was so regular, almost to the exact same day every single month. And I really believe a lot of that is because I was eating a low carb diet. I was working out and doing strength training mixed with cardio classes, and I just had this really healthy lifestyle, but I didn't eat a lot of sugar. Then I remember going vegan and my period was irregular again. I don't necessarily think it was being vegan as much as I think it was that I started adding more sugar and carbs into my diet after being low carb. Because when I was low carb, I was able to just eat like steak and a salad for dinner and call it a day, whereas when I was vegan, I had to get protein sources from carbs, and then I just started having more sugar. Definitely did not have that regular cycle anymore. I started feeling really terrible, so I just went back to eating how I used to. So not super low carb, but eating meat and fish again, reducing sugar, and my period was regular again. Then I was planning my wedding, and me and my husband were talking about, you know, having kids, and we ended up conceiving our daughter really fast. Like, the first time we weren't careful, even though I wasn't diagnosed with PCOS then, I really believed that I conceived her with it. So then for years, I kind of just stuck with that diet of not being super low carb, but definitely watching my sugar until last summer. So that brings us to more current times. I don't really even know what was going on necessarily, but I was just kind of like eating all my daughter's snacks, just like not having a workout routine anymore. Last summer was like the first time that I just like stopped having a workout routine. They say mom life can change you and like, you know, your routine and all that, and boy did it. And that was the start of my period cycle going back to how it was when I was vegan, or back to how I was when I was in high school and had a really poor diet. I remember listening to a podcast and it really freaked me out. And they were talking about irregular cycles and PCOS. At the time, I wasn't diagnosed with PCOS, but I was fitting all the boxes, and like I had done my own research, and everything that came up, I was taking online quizzes, and everything was like, you should check for PCOS. I remember hearing a doctor on a podcast say that if you're not getting a regular period and you're skipping months, excluding breastfeeding and excluding being pregnant, obviously, but just for like the everyday person that's like healthy and not getting a period for some reason, you increase your risk of cancer. And I was like, so if you were following me in the fall and recently, and you hear me talk a lot about like wanting to have a consistent period, that was a big reason why I was so afraid health-wise, I found out I did have PCOS. Reminds me of the sound, can we skip to the good part? I changed my whole routine around, and this is now my 4th month of having a consistent period, or 5 months of having a consistent period. That's when I added the supplement you saw me take this morning, Ovisitol. The second thing is resistance training. Resistance training is amazing for PCOS. It helps regulate your insulin, which people with insulin resistance PCOS need help with. And then the last thing is I'm mindful about my carbohydrates and sugar. Like the treat yourself, it's fine, like just treat yourself. Like that is not in my realm with PCOS. Like it will literally affect my cycle and then just give me anxiety. It's so weird how when I wasn't having a consistent cycle and my PCOS symptoms were really, really bad, I got anxiety for like the first time in my life. I'm not somebody that suffers from anxiety, and like I would be anxious about so many things that I couldn't even leave the house. One day in September, I remember just being September being the worst month of my life. One of my friends is a gynecologist and we were just talking about it, and she was saying that that is such PCOS symptoms, and that once I reduced the sugar, added weightlifting and Ovisitol, all of it went away. Basically like got back to my old routine, kind of. Yeah, it all went away. The other thing that was happening to me all the time when my PCOS symptoms were really bad is weight gain. Like I was gaining weight really easily just in my midsection. And if you Google right now as you're watching this video, PCOS belly, I had that, like where it just would stick out in the belly. The key here for PCOS is adding muscle. The more muscle, the more fat your body will burn, and the more muscle on your body, it helps so much with insulin. So we're going out for a bit, and my first snack of the day before I have lunch is a chomp stick. Well, these are so easy to bring in the car, so I'm about to leave right now. So I told Jared to order this like matcha on the rocks, and he was too embarrassed.
That's mommy. No.
Wow, is that a foot? We just got home and now I'm gonna make lunch. So I'm gonna show you my super easy lunch, and that is a very simple turkey wrap. So the wraps that I use are Siete. And I made these for my husband, and he's like very, very picky. And I was like, what did you think of the wrap? I made him this exact turkey wrap, and he was like, it wasn't good. But I know I'm not helping my case here. He said everything inside was really good. He just didn't like the wrap. There you have it. These are made with almond flour, and they are gluten-free. He is trying to have like more gluten-free options in his diet, so he was down to try it, but he was like, yeah, the inside is good, but don't expect much from the wrap. And you know what? I can live with that. When you're eating a very basic wrap like this, like in that the wrap is very plain and basic, you gotta put something on it. So I do garlic hummus. I just put that all over. Violet starts school next year. I have no idea what I'm gonna pack her for lunch. So, cause she's very picky and she won't eat like a wrap or sandwich. Whole Foods has my favorite turkey. I keep buying this over and over again, and it's their Southwest turkey. Yeah, V, come show me. I love it! Violet put on hot pink lipstick, the wrap, hummus, turkey, cheese. And then I like something in the wrap, like some sort of veggie, like that freshness. So last week I was doing peppers and I was just slicing them up and doing that. This week I'm doing sprouts. So with my wrap, I'm going to have the watermelon salt. Here you can also see the ratio, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and this is a science-based ratio that they formulated. The weather is so nice to eat lunch outside, plus my house gets so cold, it's like freezing in there. The second snack before dinner, the lime flavored Siete chips. I always have a bowl of these with Bye Bye.
Daddy, look.
Okay, you guys are gonna make dinner with me.
Daddy, look.
We're making some roasted garlic couscous with steak. And Jared's gonna grill the steak, but he's gonna show us how he does it. Right, Jared?
Oh yeah.
What do you put on it that like makes it taste so good?
Salt and pepper, baby.
That's it?
That's it.
What?
Wait, you don't do garlic salt?
You don't need to season up a steak. You get a good steak, it'll taste amazing.
Garlic. What's garlic salt?
What's garlic salt?
She's got a lot to learn. She's doing salt and pepper.
Salt on this one and this one, honey.
And we're making dinner to bring to our neighbor's house, and they're making their dinner. We're just gonna kind of let the kids all eat together. What is that called when like everyone brings their own food?
Is that I don't know if it's a potluck or I think it's a potluck.
Yeah.
Potluck?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Jared loves his wine. I love how we have a random hanger there. Just don't mind the house. It's end of day. That's awesome, VVD.
Okay, that's enough salt now.
Look how I go like that. Can I do that?
Yeah, you help me?
Sure.
Okay. Good.
So while that is simmering, I'm gonna cut an English cucumber. Basically going to be making a steak bowl with feta cheese, couscous, and cucumbers. Really nice having dinner all together with our neighbors and all the kids in our neighborhood. And then we're going on my neighbor's boat afterwards, but we like the kids to eat first. Because sometimes we are on the boat for a long time, and it's super fun.
I'm gonna pick you up.
It's like once you get out there, you don't want to come back right away. This is my new favorite. I don't know if you call it a dressing or a vinaigrette. It's a raw, unfiltered.
Keep this card.
Yes, honey. The mother in it, so it's good bacteria. Meyer lemon honey, and it's so good.
That's good. I've never had something that wasn't better with pepper.
I know.
Maybe ice cream.
I don't know, I bet I can find a flavor. Okay, so it's something Jared can't get down with. Vanilla ice cream, olive oil.
It's a weird thing.
Oil.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that weird?
And sea salt on your vanilla ice cream.
Just squat down here.
Here's salt on your vanilla ice cream.
Okay, so we have the cucumbers, couscous, feta cheese, and Jared's doing the steaks.